Hey everybody, movie reviewer next door here, and I'm back with another review. And this time, I saw Queenpins. It's a 2021 comedy detective thriller based on true events, directed by Aaron Day and Gita Pillipilli from 2021. I think I already said that. And starring Kristen Bell, Kirby Howell Baptiste, Vince Vaughn, Paul Walter Hauser, Joel McHale, and Bebe Rexha. In this film, bored and frustrated suburban homemaker Connie and her best pal Jojo, a vlogger with dreams, turn a hobby into a multi-million-dollar counterfeit coupon caper. After firing off a letter to the conglomerate behind a box of cereal gone stale and receiving an apology along with dozens of freebies, the duo hatch an illegal coupon club scheme that scams millions from mega corporations and delivers deals to legions of fellow coupon clippers. On the trail to total coupon dominance, a hapless loss prevention officer from the local supermarket chain joins forces with a determined U.S. postal inspector in hot pursuit of these newly minted Queenpins of pink collar crime. So, what did I think of Queenpins? Well, I knew that this was one, based on a true story, two, had Vince Vaughn in it, and I love Vince Vaughn. I have a newfound love for him after seeing Dragged Across Concrete and Brawl and Cell Block 99, seeing that he is a great um, serious actor or dramatic actor rather than just a comedic actor. But I also saw Kristen Bell was in this, which made me a little suspicious because I'm not huge on her. Can usually take her in small doses. The last thing I saw her in was movie 43. We all know why that movie sucks. It's not because of her or any of the actors involved. But I've got to be honest here. I really enjoyed this film. It is based on true events, yes. And I did look it up. It's pretty close to reality, making it a pretty grounded film. And for the most part, I thought it was really grounded, and that kind of added to the fun I had. But yeah, sorry, just adjusting some things here. But yeah, I really enjoyed this film actually, and I'm very happy to talk about it. But let me get to the cast first. Kristen Bell plays Connie Jadakowski. She is a former Olympic athlete, feels that she could be doing more with her life, and basically after receiving a free coupon after a box of cereal, she's one of those like prepper kind of people that does a bunch of couponing so that she can like give to other people. So she's a very nice person. She does it in a way that I've seen other people do it. I'm not as big of a couponer as her, but I know there are people like her, and I love that people like her exist. But Kristen Bell plays it very well. Um, at no point did I feel like this character was girl bossy, which is a very big plus because girl boss characters annoy the fuck out of me. And if anything, it kind of makes fun of that mentality. Um, but Kristen Bell is an actress that most of the time I just find her a bit annoying. She doesn't seem very sincere in most roles for me, especially ones where she's trying to play a down to earth person because I mean, look at her. She doesn't look like a normal person. In this film, she looks more like the every woman. And I really like how she played this character. There were many points where I felt like she was having a hell of a lot of fun in the role, and it really worked. Kirby Howell Baptiste plays JoJo, her friend, who's also in on this and has her own makeup thing on YouTube. Uh, she's running her own business, got scammed, and all that. I haven't never seen her before, but she also did a really good job. Um, this film really benefits from the performances within it. Um, a lot of infectious energy, which is really what you need if you want a comedy that'll really work. But yeah, I've never seen her before. Just looking at her credits, she's been in um, an episode of um, In the Dark, New Year, New You, um, or Into the Dark, I think the show was called. She's in the new show Culprits, Dog's Purpose, Mr. Harrigan's Phone, Cruella. Um, I wouldn't be, I wouldn't mind watching more things with her. Vince Vaughn plays Simon Kilmurray. He's a post officer. He's investigating the money loss. I always love Vince Vaughn. He's a lot of fun here. He is both comedic and serious, and I like that. I think it works for him. Paul Walter Hauser plays Ken. He is from the loss prevention part of this um, supermarket chain. I have not seen this actor in anything yet. I know that his breakout performance was in Richard Jewell, directed by Clint Eastwood, which I do want to see. It's just I haven't gotten to it yet, but I'd be perfectly fine with seeing it. Um, but he does a good job here. I really like that they didn't choose to make this character just like all evil grouch. They do start it out that way, but as it goes on, you get more to his character and you understand more of why he's the way he is, and he kind of learns some lessons along the way. And I did think he was quite funny in many occasions, so definitely have to check more of his stuff out. Joel McHale plays Rick. He is Connie's husband. He's kind of there. His performance isn't bad. He's just not in the film that much. And BB Rex says Tempatina. She's the one that scammed JoJo, and she basically helps the girls at one point, and she's fine. But the main thing I can say that this film gets perfectly right is the tone. With a lot of comedies, you have a lot of dramedies or just comedies in general have a moment within them where right before the third act, the main characters have a falling out. That doesn't happen here, and I think it's all the better. The thing that happens in the third act is a bit more interesting than that, and this film doesn't fall to a ton of comedic stereotypes. I will say there's one joke in the film that I absolutely was like, okay, you could have cut this out. This didn't need to be here. I know it was set up earlier. There is a poop joke. I will warn people there is no poop on screen, but there's alluding to it. And it doesn't need to be there. You don't need poop jokes. And later characters don't even reference it again, so it's almost like you could just cut that out. It would be a better movie for it. But other than that, I laughed quite a few times in this film. It is a very funny film, in my opinion. Now, again, comedy is subjective. We all know this. Certain people will find things funny that other people won't. I totally get that. But um, with this film, this could have gone for a gross out comedy thing, which, other than the one poop joke, it doesn't really go for that. It's mostly kind of the audience being taken along on this journey of these two women uh, going on this whole, like, oh, coupon scam thing. And I like that the film didn't try to fake a lot of the events. Yes, there are some moments that you could be like, oh, are they doing race humor, that type of stuff, but it never gets in the way of the comedy. It's mostly like one-off mentions that could easily be taken out. They don't need to be there, but they could easily be taken out. It's not like they go on a 5-minute diatribe about like the KKK or something. But the film, I'm glad they didn't embellish a lot. Yes, the consequences of their actions are embellished a tiny bit, but for the most part, the way they embellished it didn't annoy me. If they'd shown the real life consequences, I definitely think it would have made the case more for one side of the argument of is what they did a scam better? Because it is the realistic thing. And in order to say that, I'm not going to spoil the film, but I will say that in reality, the main person involved in this coupon scam, which scammed big corporations out of $40 million, or the coupon scam was worth $40 million. She got 7 years in prison or 7 years in minimum security, which still is insane. It's insane that people like, say, Victor Salva, director of the Jeepers Creepers films, got 18 months for for having sex with a child on camera and being in possession of child porn. He got 18 fucking months in prison. And this woman who found a loophole in a system basically took a bunch of coupons for free stuff that were going to be burned anyway because big companies are very fucking wasteful. And she got many years. If that doesn't show how fucked up the justice system is right now, I don't know what does. But anyway, I do feel that they should have. I understand why they changed from a comedy perspective, I can understand why they changed the number of years or the amount of time they each spend incarcerated. I can understand completely because they want a bit of a lighter ending because this is a comedy. And at no point does it go full serious, which I liked. When a comedy is tonally consistent, that is when it's at its best. Airplane is a perfect example. That film is comedy the entire time through. It never gets serious. It never has any bullshit to it. That is why the Zucker brothers are fantastic at what they do. Naked Gun only got a teeny bit serious by the end, but they were still joking throughout that serious ending. Serious in quotations. Blazing Saddles, the same thing. Mel Brooks and the Zucker brothers fucking understand it, and that is why they are legends. Even if not all the films each of them made are amazing, they still understood how to make a funny film that made people laugh. And that's another thing that a lot of comedies nowadays forget is that if you make shit too serious, then you'll have issues and the audience won't be having as much fun as they should be. But again, this film doesn't get super serious with it. And I will say, personally, as a person who does coupon, I do coupon at times. I don't cut out a bunch of coupons because most of the stores around me have a coupon limit. Most states have upped the coupon limit because there are extreme couponers that will get a $200 shopping trip full of stuff for like 13, 14, at the most like $30 for a lot of these people. And I love those people actually. Yes, it inconveniences other people, but the other people could do it too. And also, I understand it's not nice to inconvenience people, but there are people, as someone who worked at Dollar General, there were people that didn't use coupons that inconvenienced other people all the time. A lot of people getting in food stamp stuff and then, oh, it doesn't work, even though you can literally check your balance on the website at any time on your phone. But what my opinion on this whole thing is that they shouldn't have been charged at all. I understand that's kind of what the film is leading you to, even though it shows both sides, the pros and cons, but I can't help it. They didn't hurt anybody. Nothing they did hurt any individuals. It hurt big companies that $40 million worth of fraud isn't even a budge on companies like P&G, um, Pfizer, Johnson and Johnson, any of those companies. $40 million is not hurting any of them. And it was $40 million worth of free items from a bunch of companies. So yeah, it's not hurting anybody. But yeah. Um but yeah, this film actually the other thing I loved from it was that again, didn't take itself too seriously and Kristen Bell and Kirby Howe Baptiste's energies are very infectious. It was a lot of fun to watch them go through this journey, learn some things along the way. They made mistakes, they weren't perfect at it. And I like that. They didn't make it a stupid yeah, at times this feels kind of like a TV movie. It feels like a TV movie concept, partially because it's based on a true story and it is pretty close to the real events. But that doesn't make it bad. It's still a decent looking movie. The budget was 20 million. It looks about like that. Given the actors that are in it, I can understand that. I don't think most of the money went to the actors, but still, I think it looks enough like a movie that I could see somebody watching this on a streaming service and not just on TV. I ended up watching it on Tubi. Apparently, it was a Paramount Plus movie, but Letterboxd is saying it's only available to watch on Pluto TV and Tubi. I could have sworn it was a Paramount Plus movie. I know for sure it was because one of the posters says it. Um, and I saw it on Paramount Plus because I have that. But yeah, this is a fun movie. It really is. It shows both sides. It allows you to make up your own mind. And yeah, I love the infectious energy of it. It is this is the way to do a comedy based on true events. But yeah, that was my review of Queenpins, excuse me. If you've seen the film, let me know what you think in the comments. If you have any recommendations, put those down there as well. And movie reviewer next door out.